I don't think anybody in this room will disagree with the social care tax rise. Everybody would agree with that. It's the right thing to do. Before I came out tonight, I was listening to Times News, and Councillor Thomas spoke very passionately about that, so did his counterpart in North Tyneside, about all of the reasons why. And we should keep that. We should support our elderly, our vulnerable children, and we should do as much as we can to support that. However, I won't go as far as some of the comments that Councillor Tennant just said, surprisingly, but I do find it very hard to support the 1.9% council tax increase, especially when we're making decisions around things like Inspirations Cafe, flagpoles that cost 15 grand, seats and planters and Christmas lights, which we could all say are a bit of a nice to have when the piggy bank's full. But the reality is that the piggy bank isn't full at the minute. And I think that's where possibly people get this notion that the council wastes money, Councillor Belcher. I don't think it is a myth. I think people see those things, and that is the perception that's played out. I mean, I know there's many councillors in this room who spend some time on social media. I know there's some councillors in this room that maybe shouldn't go on social media, but that's another story. But if they've seen the comments that have been made recently around things like the car parking at Seaton, and how that's an inequality and a disparagement, and the suggestion that that's only happening because Seaton is a non-labour ward. Now that's where people start to get into conspiracy theories. The suggestion that that is being done while the councillors in this room, councillors who drive in this room, are enjoying free parking just below me directly. 3,500 people put their name to a petition. They came into this council and was ignored. They put their sentiments across. Councillor Black and I met with Councillor James and a number of officers a couple of times to discuss those arrangements. Those comments were ignored. And they're still being ignored. So there's no wonder that people think that, I don't believe it is a myth or it is a conspiracy, but people in this town fundamentally believe that this council is ignored. When I returned from holiday in November, I met with the Chief Executive and the Chief Solicitor, and we spoke about, or I spoke about, people in this town feeling disenfranchised, disassociated from the decision-making process, and the green ticket behind me is an example of that. Well, that's what we're talking about budgets today. I'm going to wrap up by suggesting that
you wind up, Councillor.
That's exactly what I was going to do with Councillor
Thank you very much.
But before I do that, I was going to make two further amendments to this council's budget, and that is that I've managed to find 71,000 for the council to put in its general fund. Or ideally, what I'd like to do is suggest that it goes to Councillor Thomas's Adult Services Committee, and to really take that challenge of disabled transport in Hartlepool and really get their head around it. So what I'd like to suggest is that, and this won't come as a great surprise to many people, but £66,000 that's left in one member budget, which equates to 2,000 per member, is taken out, and the car park downstairs, that is put out for officers to be able to rent, to be able to take that space. But on my equation, when I came to meet tonight, there are 15 spaces that are reserved for members, and the £360 that I pay here to park in Caroline Street, that will bring in another 500,000 to the council. So I'd like to put them forward, and I'm hoping one of the gentlemen to the left or to the right of me will second that very shortly.
I'll second that.
Sorry, would somebody, would you please do it officially and stand and do that, Councillor Black, please?
I'd like to second Councillor Thompson's motion, sir.
Thank you very much. We need to, under normal circumstances, take a vote on the proposal that's been put forward. And that's got to be recorded. So on that basis, I will ask the Chief Executive if she will call out the names, please, for the recorded vote.
Just quickly, we'll vote on the amendment first.
We are voting on what you have proposed
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
as the amendment and seconded by Councillor Black.
Councillor Christopher Nicholas-Belcher.
Again.
Councillor Stephen Nicholas-Belcher.
Against.
Councillor Barkley.
Against.
Councillor Beck. Councillor Belcher. Councillor Black.
For.
Councillor Buchan.
For.
Councillor Clark.
Against.
Councillor Cook.
Yes.
Councillor Cranny.
Yes.
Councillor Fleming.
For.
Councillor Hall.
For.
Councillor Hamilton.
Against.
Councillor Harrison.
Against.
Councillor Hunter.
For.
Councillor James.
Against.
Councillor Lauderdale.
For.
Councillor Lawton.
Against.
Councillor Lindridge.
Against.
Councillor Loynes.
Against.
Councillor Martin Wells.
Against.
Councillor Moore.
For.
Councillor Morris.
Against.
Councillor Richardson.
Against.
Councillor Riddle.
For.
Councillor Robinson. Councillor Sears.
Against.
Councillor Springer.
For.
Councillor Tennant.
For.
Councillor Thomas.
Against.
Councillor Thompson.
For.
About 20 against and 10 for, so that particular amendment falls.
So we now go to item